Today we're making a classic with a twist.
叉燒雞髀
Char Siu chicken drumsticks, riffing on our most popular recipe with a modified marinade applied to one of the most versatile cuts of meat.
Hello， 大家好啊！今日咧就同大家介紹呢個咧好簡單嘅叉燒雞髀。通常咧我哋以前咪用豬肉啊做叉燒肉，我哋今次咧就用叉燒肉。豬肉嗰個醬料咧嚟醃呢個雞髀，咁今日用嘅雞髀咧就係用個雞腿呢度嘅係雞髀，呢度咧就冇咁肥嘅，食嚟好食啲，口感好啲嚇，係2磅幾多啲嘅雞髀啦，係 Costco 買嘅。
To start, we're going to create the essential Char Siu marinade.
我哋用呢個咧都係磨豉醬，用3個湯匙。當然你睇你醃嘅呢個雞髀有用幾多，如果多啲就用多啲。個海鮮醬咧我就用2個湯匙嚇。我今次就用個番茄醬嚟嘅。點解用個杯裝咧？啲番茄醬咧通常買翻嚟啊係鐵罐裝住嘅。第一次用完之後咧，你最好咧就俾個玻璃杯裝住佢，就唔好俾個鐵罐裝住。如果鐵罐裝住咧，佢會生鏽。啲開咗口之後，個口會生鏽，食咗就冇對身體就冇咁好啦。多啲唔怕，俾2個湯匙嘅番茄醬啦。南乳咧就俾1嚿啦。黑胡椒粉咧就半個茶匙好啦。呢個係5香粉嚟嘅，俾半個茶匙好啦，咁少肉嘅就。今次咧就用蒜子鹽嚟醃，味道已經差唔多夠鹹噶啦，所以唔需要落好多鹽，一個茶匙嘅蒜子鹽，2個湯匙嘅糖，酒咧就俾個湯匙酒上去。
We have all of these ingredients listed on our blog at madewithlau.com, along with step-by-step instructions and video clips to guide you as you make the recipe at home.
調味料就係咁多，將佢攪勻佢。
First, we'll crush a cube of red fermented bean curd, then mix everything together. Naam is red fermented bean curd, which is sold in cubes in jars like this. It's a unique Cantonese ingredient that is funky, savory, and for today's Char Siu, adds its red color to the meat. We also use it for other dishes we've made like Buddha's Delight, Hakka-style fried pork belly, and whole roasted chicken. We go into lots more detail on this and other fermented ingredients in our course, the CANTO Cooking Club, which you can learn about over at club.madewithlau.com.
咁大家自己喺食嘅咧就唔需要落嗰啲色素落噶啦，嗰紅色素就咁就夠啦。調攪一攪，睇佢夠唔夠味先嚇。
Be sure to give it a try.
多少少糖，俾多個茶糖。
We'll mix that sugar in.
俾啲咁多葱頭上去，就兩個葱頭上去撈埋佢，葱頭一切碎佢。
Now we'll finely mince 2 shallots and add it to the marinade.
薑上切少少薑上去，薑肉。
First, we'll cut the ginger into slices, then lay them down and chop into strips. Then rotate and mince finely. Then add it to the marinade and mix it in. Today's dish is an easier, cheaper, and potentially healthier version of a Cantonese favorite. In Cantonese, Char Siu雞髀literally means Char Siu chicken leg. Purists look away. We're using our sweet, savory Char Siu marinade on chicken drumsticks. Drumsticks are one of the cheapest cuts of chicken, with whole leg quarters being the cheapest, and like chicken thighs, the higher fat content helps keep the meat juicy and flavorful, even if you accidentally cook it a bit too long. And the built-in handle is perfect for kids. The limited prep for this recipe makes it perfect for a low-effort weeknight dinner. Try my dad's timing tips to adapt the process for your busy work schedule, and if you have an air fryer, it'll take even less time.
在雞髀之前咧，將嗰啲雞髀俾啲陶糠紙烘乾佢，咁即係個好處咧，就等佢乾散啲之後，容易吸收啲嗰啲醬料啦。
Now we'll dry the rest of the drumsticks with paper towels and put them in a large bowl.
在醃之前咧，我就中意咁樣俾佢篤佢入邊啲肉，等佢入味，容易入味啲，同埋快啲熟。最後肉嗰度篤幾時啊？篤幾個窿求其得啦，篤幾個窿上去。
We'll pierce the rest of the drumsticks with a knife. Can you use other types of chicken? Other cuts of chicken?
得，可以得，咩嘅部位都得。
但係雞胸肉都係
雞胸肉都係你成塊厚啊嘛。
如果冇骨咧，係咪？
冇骨都一樣啫嘛。
真係？
佢厚啦，塊肉厚。
Okay, can I have a big chicken?
A big chicken?
OK， 大嚿 OK。
Wow!
有想食皮啊嘛佢。
You like the skin, huh?
想食皮啊。
They only like the skin 啊。
我就開始要啦，整好晒之後咧，就將調味料過嚟，倒落嚟，撈勻佢。
We'll add half of the marinade and mix with the drumsticks. Then we'll add more marinade, making sure that each drumstick is coated. Then we'll add the rest of the marinade on top so that all of the chicken is covered.
咁醃好之後咧，用保鮮紙冚住佢。通常咧，如果你係朝早翻工之前醃咗佢，今晚放工翻嚟就可以擺咗入爐做焗啦。如果你冇咁多時間咧，翻嚟咧醃咗之後1個鐘頭至2個鐘頭咧就可以入味啦。就可以燒得啦，因為佢唔係好大隻。我而家咧就醃咗佢2個鐘頭，1個半至2個鐘頭先至開始焗佢。
If you're marinating the chicken for longer than 1 to 2 hours, put it in the fridge.
可唔可以過夜？
過夜都得，你今晚醃咗佢，聽日翻嚟都得。
如果2日咧
2日就唔好啦，太耐啦。
點解啊？
時間長啊，啲肉實咗啦嘛。
哦，
係啊，
點解實啊？
啲鹽鹹嘅揦到佢實咗啦，你揦落啲葉啊入邊嗰啲肉嗰啲汁飆晒出嚟啦嘛。
How's it taste, Cameron?
You like it？好食？
好食咁啊？
好食。
好，朋友們，嗱呢個雞髀咧就醃到而家就夠時間啦。嗱就燒之前咧，就我哋呢個盤，嗱將個盤上錫紙墊一墊底佢，嗱洗嘅時候就唔使咁麻煩啦，係嘛？嗱個架，呢個係個架嚟㗎，擺上個面晾上去，咁但係咧咗下邊咧就通窿嘅，倒上嚟咧佢就快脆啲熟㗎啦嚇，兩邊嚇。呢個係最新嘅溫度計嚟嘅，將個條針插入個嚿肉嘅深度嘅時候咧，夠咗個鐘數或者45分鐘咁熟嘅話咧，到時候佢就會熟嘅時候，佢就會俾喺呢度睇到㗎啦。
If you don't have as much cooking experience or if you want to nail the perfect cook, it's really helpful to use a wireless probe meat thermometer. This one is the Typher Sync Gold Dual, today's video sponsor. With chicken, for dark meat, my dad likes to cook it to 180 degrees Fahrenheit, so the collagen and connective tissue can melt into juicy goodness. If you're cooking white meat like chicken breast, then the USDA recommendation is 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Determine whether you're cooking dark or white meat, then use these numbers as your targets. One nice thing about Typher is that it allows you to set and monitor the target temperature both on their app and on a dedicated device, so you're more free to use your phone for other stuff while you're cooking. Once the chicken is around 5 degrees Fahrenheit below the ideal internal temperature, it's good to come out of the oven because it'll continue to cook with residual heat. If you're ever unsure, don't rely on timing or color, as internal temperature is the safest bet to know that meat is cooked properly. To take the temperature, insert the probe or thermometer into the thickest part of the meat because that thick section is going to be the last to cook through. Another great thing about Typher is that it allows you to monitor multiple items at once. This specific model comes with 2 independent probes, but they also offer models that come with 4 probes. Also, unlike other products, the base is USB-C rechargeable and the probes are dishwasher safe and can be heated to almost 1000 degrees Fahrenheit. When you're inserting the probes, just be mindful that bone gets hotter than the meat around it, so just make sure you don't hit the bone with your thermometer. With that, if you're in the market for a thermometer, you can get an extra 10% off the Typher Sync Gold series using the link in our description. Now we'll put the rest of the drumsticks on the baking rack, making sure to space them out evenly.
而家咧開到個爐咧，焗爐係385度嘅華氏，你喺焗爐咧，如果開385已經夠溫度啦。而家將佢擺入去我較個時間咧45分鐘至50分鐘呢個時間，到半個鐘頭咧，我就拎佢出嚟反轉佢，再焗嗰邊。
如果喺氣炸鍋煮咧，係要幾耐啊
30分鐘得。
你點樣分開佢反轉同你？
第一次20分鐘反轉佢咪再。
咁你再搽咪同？
你熟差唔多熟嗰先搽糖咯。
Why does he pick? Oh, what's that? Can I have some? Can you give me some noodles? Thank you. Oh! Ma, you want some more chicken?
Okay, you keep them both, okay? Yeah. No, it's okay. How about you eat? You eat first.
Here, we can see our leave-in thermometer doing its job and showing the internal temperatures of our drumsticks. After roughly 30 minutes, we'll take the drumsticks out of the oven.
而家咧就焗咗半個鐘，而家就啲皮開始熟，基本熟㗎啦，就反轉佢攞呢邊。
We'll use some tongs to flip the drumsticks over so they can cook evenly.
我俾少少油上去等佢個面少少咁搽一搽啫，等佢光滑啲。
We'll use about a teaspoon of oil here in total. Then we'll put them back in the oven to cook. Here, we'll bump the temperature to 390 degrees Fahrenheit.
反轉之後咧，再焗翻佢呢反轉咧，等個皮香脆啲，咁用15分鐘。而家個溫度係睇佢151、165 180度嘅時候就證明佢係熟啦，佢已經打出嚟熟㗎啦。朋友而家你嗰個鐘咧已經響咗啦，即係話呢個肉已經熟咗。本嚟個預計嘅時間係50分鐘， 但係而家咧去咗45分鐘，就佢個鐘響咗，即係話已經熟咗啦。而家咧睇下佢嗱拎出嚟係咪真係咁滿意？如果你中意個皮係中意香脆啲嘅，就可以焗多一陣間。睇到啊，睇到個皮已經好香脆啦。睇到個皮已經係好黃色金黃色㗎啦。而家加少少嗰啲糖漿上去。
My dad uses about 1 tablespoon of honey total to brush on both sides of each drumstick. If you don't have honey, you can always microwave sugar and water in a 1-to-1 ratio for 1 minute. Mix it, then microwave again for a minute to make a glaze for the step. Now my dad will carefully remove the probes.
除出嚟啦，乾嘅紙咁樣掹出嚟。我而家咧就想擺翻個爐上，再焗一焗佢，再跟嗰啲糖香啲。
Here, my dad will put the drumsticks back in the oven for just 3 to 5 minutes to caramelize the sugar. Then they're done.
雞髀就裹咗啦，睇到啲皮金黃色㗎啦香脆。而家拎過嚟。
Now nothing fancy, we'll just put them on a plate and serve.
晚安，呢個叉燒雞髀已經燒好咗啦，希望大家中意好弟妹大弟落嚟食飯咯。
Cheers!
Julian, do you like chicken? What do you think? Does he like it?
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't have his teeth yet, though. Does he like it?
YouTube thinks you'll like this recipe next. Let's see if they're right. A huge thank you to our walk stars and all of our chefs in the CANTO Cooking Club.